Hey, what's up everybody, it's OurTacticalNoOb here. I'm bringing you some multiplayer news for Gears of War 4 at long last. Today it was announced over on Game Informer with an article that we have some news for the multiplayer for Gears of War 4. So let's get into it. Basically, with Gears now, they've always built an amazing campaign around it, very good story, and overall I've always enjoyed the campaigns. But this time, they're giving multiplayer a much bigger focus. So, we could probably expect to see a lot more tweaks and a more polished kind of version of multiplayer. Maybe you might not get stuck on as many cover pieces, you might not dive at walls, etc, etc. Like that, just some, tweaks, because like that, Gears of War, it's always kind of been iffy when it launches. Well, Ultimate Edition was anyway. In Gears 3, it went fairly smoothly, but they still need to patch a few things here and there. Well, hopefully we'll expect a more polished version of multiplayer this time around. They're also thinking about bringing back Horde. Horde has been a staple of Gears ever since it came out in Gears of War 2. And I think a lot of people would be devastated about it. I personally don't really care about Horde, but don't worry, I would expect Horde to be coming back as well. The multiplayer beta will be starting in this spring as well. So maybe we're looking at an April release for the beta, which would be really cool. As far as we know, we'll be able to play as JD, Del, and Kate. We will also be able to play as Kate's mother, who is the leader of the Outsiders. They're no longer called the Stranded, they're the Outsiders, seeing as they live on the outside of civilization's walls. And another person we'll be able to play as is Oscar. That is Kate's uncle. He's an ex-Gears soldier and he's also an expert survivalist apparently, so he should be really cool to play as well. And the big question that everyone's been wondering, is it going to be COG versus COG? No, it will not be COG versus COG. It is humans versus Locust still. Well, it's not Locust, it's the Swarm in this case. So you don't have to worry about that. There are three factions for multiplayer. You have got the COG soldiers, you've got the Outsiders, and then you have the Swarm. And each faction have their own unique knives. You can see that from the three knives that were brought out. The real smooth looking knife, that would be the COG knife. And then you have the Shiv looking one, it looks like it was made out of rock, that's the Swarm. And then the more rugged knife, that would be the Outsiders knives. They're also making a big push for the esports market this time around. As we saw with Ultimate Edition, they're really kind of striving towards ESL and improving that side of things, bringing in competitive. But that being said, they're also focusing on the casual fans as well. So people will still be able to come along and pick up the game and play it. And like that, we all know there's a huge skill gap in Gears. You have the people holding the LT trigger, people learning how to hit fire, and then the insane people wall bouncing everywhere, and then you have the ESL players. Like that, it's always been a major skill gap, but I'd like to see if that could be closed a little bit and bring in more people into the community. We're also not expecting to see environmental changes into the multiplayer as well. They're not expecting to bring in the wind, flares, and the storms into the online. I personally think it'd be really cool. It'd bring in some variants, some map changes, and it might change the entire dynamic of the match. Also, multiplayer will be running at 60 frames a second and have its own dedicated servers. That being said, brilliant, excellent. That's what we want. That's what we like to hear, and that's what we love to hear. Now, and then the last thing we've been updated on is balance is very important to the coalition. So, there's always been overpowered weapons in Gears, the boom shot was excessively overpowered, and then the Gnasher in Gears 2, Gorgon, and if you knew how to use these weapons right, you kind of steamrolled everyone. Prime example would be Gears of War 3 Retro when Gears 3 first came out. Insanely overpowered weapon, all you had to do was aim down sight and your target died. Now, everyone's seen the new takedown system that's been brought into the game. Campaign, I can see that being very useful, but they've incorporated that into online as well. So basically, what they've done is there's a few ways that you can counter it before you get actually, executed. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how the takedown is going to work online, but I'm sure we'll be able to test this all out in the beta, and what doesn't work, they'll change it around, and, with their feedback, we should be able to make this multiplayer very good. Anyway, guys, thank you all very much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Toodles!
Drop it.